Apple against Fortnite. Okay, so Fortnite was trying to figure out a way to not pay the 30% fee that you have to pay on Apple. So, for example, if you buy a product off an app, Apple has to keep 30%. You spend $1,000, guess what? $300 is going to Apple, right? And the same goes with Google, with the Android, right? Okay. So Fortnite's going back and forth. So like, we kind of don't like this thing, it kind of sucks. And by the way, they don't know that Google last year, I think, paid $12 billion to Apple just to say, hey, we want a relationship with Apple because we know you have the apps. And just so you know, Amazon spends another $10 or $12 billion just giving Apple money every year to allow them to use the app. So yes,
so they can be on the App Store.
Exactly.
They just want to be on the
of course
the iPhone App Store.
The gaming industry. You know how much gaming industry made Apple last year on apps alone?
How many billion?
How much you think it is? What do you think the number is?
I mean,
actually,
at this point, these numbers are
number.
absurd. How much money they made on gaming?
$46 billion.
Wow. I was going to say 100 billion. I was way off.
Apps.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Of apps is what you're talking about.
Ridiculous.
That's a lot of money. Now keep this in mind.
How much of their top line?
4.6%. Their top line revenue? No, their top line revenue is.
Then it's fine.
No, their top line revenue. You can pull up what their revenues is.
I mean, it's a fairly significant portion.
Apple probably has a $400 billion revenue, $350 billion revenue, but he can pull it up right now just to see. Just pull up Apple's revenue. Just type in Apple 2020 revenue. Apple revenue. There you go.
Way to go, Kai.
6. Go up a little bit right there. Breaks it down for you. Kai, can you just go up? Just stay where you were at right there. Click on that. Right
Kai's got the hardest job, man. This guy can't get Googling right.
Okay, so Apple's making a lot of money. The whole point is they're making a lot of money. Let's just keep it. Okay,
hey guys, breaking news. Apple's doing okay. Apple's going to be okay. Kai couldn't find how well they're doing, but Apple's not going out of business.
So the point is $46 billion is coming from a gaming. Okay, so now watch what happens here. Watch what happens here. So the two companies are at war, okay? And
Apple versus who?
Apple against Fortnite.
And who owns Fortnite? What is it? Epic Games?
Epic Games, yeah.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
But here's what happened. Apple said, you're trying to get the 30% to not have to pay for it? No problem. You're off Apple. You're no longer going to be an Apple. Guess who follows the next day?
Android.
Android follows the next day. So now both Android and Apple, you can no longer get Fortnite. So Fortnite sees this, and what do? They come up with this commercial. Kai, why don't you show us this commercial that Fortnite just came up with?
Way to go, Kai.
So it's the Apple commercial on the bottom right. They're making fun of Apple, saying you forgot who you were.
In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
Read that.
Apple Games says defy the App Store monopoly. In retaliation, Apple is blocking Fortnite from 1 billion devices. Join the fight to stop 2020 from becoming 1984 #free Fortnite.
Which, by the way, both are genius marketing campaigns.
No doubt about it. Yeah. By the way, the bottom right commercial is known as the greatest commercial of all time. Yeah. When I was sitting down with Steve Wozniak interviewing him, you know how much they spent on that commercial each? They both didn't have a lot of money. Okay, when that came out, they hadn't yet sold
Jobs and Wozniak.
Jobs and Wozniak. I had Wozniak at an event, I think, in 2010. I said, "How much you spent on that commercial?" He said, "I had to put up $400,000. Jobs had to put up another $400,000 that we didn't have to do that commercial." I said, "Let's just do it." We did it. It became the greatest commercial of all time. Okay, to produce this commercial. Think about that.
Think about the ROI on that commercial.
So now Fortnite is saying, hey, Apple, you now are becoming exactly who you said you were going up against. Ooh. So in this battle, Josh, I'm going to turn it over to you in a minute.
No. A Valuetainer just let us know, $260 billion.
$260 billion top line revenue. Okay, thank you, Kai. I'm sorry.
Thank you to our Valuetainer research committee.
So Kai's now got a staff. It's called
Kai's got a staff.
Kai-tainers. They're his audience. Okay, so check this out. So these guys are going at it. Fortnite saying, screw you. Apple is saying, you don't want to be on our app? No problem. Google follows Apple. Go at it. Do whatever you want to do. Who wins here? Who loses? Because Fortnite just filed a lawsuit against these guys saying there's a monopoly. Who wins here?
Personally, from the marketing standpoint, me as a marketer, from the marketing standpoint, Fortnite wins the marketing war, okay, in my opinion. But I think we all know that Google is still the big daddy, and they're going to give them a little spanking. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens in court. Anything can happen in court. And, Pat, here's the one thing. Here's the beauty of America. Okay, the beauty of America is this, okay? Everybody loves an underdog. And when you get a jury in there, if this is seen before a jury, I can tell you this, is that Fortnite is going to paint themselves as an underdog. But let me tell you what this does to the Fortnite community. As a marketer, okay, what this does to the Fortnite community is it says, hey, guys, we're taking this game to real life, because Fortnite is about building a clan, building a tribe, building a team, and going to war with other people. To me, it's such genius marketing, because they're saying, hey, we're going to have a real world experience, and you guys are all going to get to be part of this. And I think it brings the Fortnite clan together, and it makes them feel unified. Like they're
dude. From a marketing perspective, like I don't play video games. I don't know Fortnite from anything from Adam. I couldn't tell you what the top games are, NBA, 2K, whatever. What I will say from a layman's perspective, Fortnite is the talk of the town right now. So I assume they're going to figure out a way to weasel their way through to get more downloads. Yeah.
Some nerd in their basement came up with the idea of Fortnite, and it's probably a very rich person right now.
Nerd alert. No, yeah, congratulations.
$13 billion company.
Here's my bigger question. Okay, kudos to Fortnite. I mean, they crushed it. But, I mean, you interview a lot of mafia-type people. I mean, you're tight with, how do you correlate this 30% tax or, spiff or however you want to call it, this, to the mafia-esque type thing? Is this just their business model? Is this a monopoly? What's the bigger perspective with this Apple 30% fee?
Who has a better platform for app developers outside of Apple?
Nobody.
Who gives you 1 billion users with devices? Who gives it to you? Who has built a platform that big that you can take advantage of? So, for example, when somebody says, I don't know, man, I can go create content for myself and I can go do all this other stuff. You can go create content for yourself, sure. But if you're coming to an audience, there's a benefit to it. So you can start from scratch or you can have an audience, right? So when you want to create an audience somewhere, you're already coming into an audience. Apple's got the biggest audience. You don't have to go develop an app there. Go create an app on BlackBerry if you want. They won't take 30%. Go create your beautiful app.
There's a fee for
buddy, if you're going into the biggest party that you're going to be connected with all the who's who that are going to buy your product, don't bitch about it. Do not bitch about it. Now, what you could do is the following. Here's what I would do if I'm Fortnite. I would go to Apple and I would say, look, let's work together. Can we create some tiers? If I bring this much to you, let's drop that 30 to 20, and let's drop it to 10. And what do I need to do to just pay you a check every year instead of having to do it this way?
But if Fortnite does that, now every single company is going to be doing that, right?
But that's what Google is doing, and Google themselves want their app on Apple. Let me say that one more time. Yeah. Google wants their apps on Apple. Right? So if Google is doing it and they're an enemy, you got to do it. These guys have to understand. This is the big boys club. Apple, like the same thing with Sonos CEO that said, I don't like what they're doing. They're lowering our prices. And then Amazon comes. I hope Amazon comes out and says, Sonos, you can no longer sell your stuff on Amazon. So there's a part of that that's competition and platform, and that's what Apple and Amazon have built.
Let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
Obviously, Apple, Google, Microsoft, they were all just in Congress, last week, 2 weeks ago, just getting grilled over monopoly. What would stop Apple from saying, all right, we were charging you 30%, now it's 40%?
What is it? What
would stop them from saying? They could do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now it's 50%.
But what I'm
saying
it's
80%.
They could do it.
Exactly. What's stopping that?
You have the choice to go build a better platform. That's what's going to end up happening. People have to realize Sears used to be a juggernaut. Where is Sears?
Nowhere.
1962 and a half is called the Super Saving Center of the Year. 1962 and a half. Okay? Is the year where Kmart came out, Walmart came out, Target came out, Costco came out. It's called the Super Saving Center of the Year. Wow. 1962 and a half. So when they came out, 5 years later, how many stores do you think Kmart had? How many stores do you think Walmart had? Let me ask this question one more time. 1962 and a half. is called the Super Savings Year, right? Where these massive centers came out. 5 years later, how many stores do you think Kmart had? How many stores do you think Walmart had? Josh, what do you think? 5 years later, how many did Kmart have? How many did Walmart have?
Well, I'd say Kmart's 80% of that market.
He's right.
Yeah, I would say Kmart had more stores for sure back then.
Kmart had 250. How many do you think Walmart had?
50.
9.
9.
Where's Kmart today?
Yeah.
Extinct.
Out of business. Where's Walmart today?
Blowing up.
Blowing
Shop
up.
there every Sunday.
2.3 million employees.
They're giving
right?
food away.
But here's the point. Here's the point to you. The moment Walmart got cocky, who showed up? Amazon.
Right.
But guess what Walmart did? Here's what Walmart did, which you got to give them credit. Walmart sat there and says, listen, man, we got to learn from these guys.
Yeah, we got to go online, baby.
They did. And they pivoted properly, and they're now competing. Now the number one competitor to Amazon is who? Walmart. Okay, so what am I saying to you here? What I'm saying to you here is when you have a partner like that, strengthen the partnership. However, if Apple does decide to go to 40% and 50% to bully, get ready to see another platform being created, because that's the beautiful thing about capitalism. Yeah. When Groupon first came out, do you remember Groupon when it first came out?
Yeah, of course.
The guy became a $6 billion man on the cover of Forbes magazine, and everybody was talking about this guy at 32 years old. It's a genius. Groupon's going to be a $200 billion company. What happened afterwards? He was doing a 50-50 spiff, meaning you're the restaurant, I bring Adam in, you're going to do a 50-50, which means you're going to give him a discount, and under whatever is left, I'm going to keep 25%, you're going to keep 25%. Okay, that was a spiff with Groupon.
The customer saves 50%, and we're
splitting. But you and I are splitting the other 50-50. Right. You're going to give it to me is what you're going to give it to, right? So then something choice came out. I don't remember the next one that came out, and then the next one that came out, and the next one came out. And then what the market said the Groupon model is not going to last a long time. Then there was 50 of them out there in the marketplace. So the difference here is someone is going to compete with Apple, but somebody better start early, because at this point of the game, Apple does in a way have a monopoly when it comes down to uploading apps.